Oh,
It was a
he must
party.
have clicked on the green screen button.
Oh, okay, that's right. Cause I did have a green screen. There we go. That makes sense.
He said that makes sense. Right. What up, y'all? Hey, I think we're live. Oh shit. Hey, good morning. Hold on a second. Where's that button at? Here we go.
I'm just a man on his way to the moon, wishing the rocket would go faster. All the stars remind me of you, yeah they do. I'm on my way to you. I'm just a man on his way to the moon, wishing the rocket would go faster. All the stars remind me of you, yeah they do. I'm on my way to you.
See, there it goes.
Good morning. We're live. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Canna-Joe morning show. Little bit late, but we made it here on time. Thank you guys for tuning in. Today is November. Dang, what is the date today? 18th?
Today is
The
the
12th?
16th.
16th.
Yep.
Man, I don't even know the date anymore, man. Sheesh. Anyway, I'm Michael Ford.
And I'm Jenny.
I'm Alicia.
Yo, and I'm Vari the man. Thank you guys again for joining us. Today's not Monday. Oh yeah, it's Tuesday.
Tuesday.
That's right. Okay. Yep. Feels
Yeah,
like a
Monday
'cause
was
we
messed up.
yesterday.
We missed Monday, man.
That shit was all fucked up.
Yeah, the digital shit took a day off on us. They made us take a break. So
Yeah, we were here. Y'all just didn't get to see us. Sorry.
but I know some of y'all were there. I seen y'all commenting on our post that we'll be back tomorrow. And as promised, here we are. Shout out to the Facebook user that commented on the post. Shout out Sadrina. I seen you was on there commenting, said you was on time, and we are not today, but we're back as always. We got a bunch of articles today, Vari. One or two.
Yeah, we got a couple articles. One of them is really long, but I think it'll be a really good one to go over, just simply because it's talking about how, like, there's the difference between, like, our medical program and the medical program out in Oklahoma. And so we'll get into that. And then I got this one first that is coming out of Amazon. And Amazon is getting questioned by the India police regarding marijuana smuggling. That was funny because Amazon just came out in support of legalization and said they're gonna support and help to fight and get it legalized on the national level.
And that they're not going to be testing employees for cannabis.
And yeah.
While we're talking about that, Var, did you see that information about a Republican bill? I know National Normal put something out as well, man. That
I got
they
the
introduced.
email.
Yeah,
got
I did
the
too.
email for it.
Maybe we'll share that or get back to it. But what's this
Yo.
article talking about, Var?
So basically, it just says that in India, the state have summoned Amazon Inc.'s local executives to investigate a case where the e-commerce platform was allegedly used to smuggle marijuana. The police said on Sunday that two men in the state with 20 kilograms of marijuana they found were using Amazon's India shopping website to order and smuggle the substance to various states. Smugglers used Amazon's India platform to order and deliver the drug, which was listed under the guise of dried stevia leaves, a natural food sweetener. The Amazon platform was allegedly used for 1,000 kilograms of such marijuana sales so far, with $148,000, police allege in the statement. On Monday, Mano Singh, a senior police official at the district, said Amazon executives have been asked to explain how their platform could be used for the sale of banned substances. The international company has the power of artificial intelligence, so it's a big thing happening on our platform, Singh said. There's an involvement of Amazon at many levels in this marijuana delivery, from providing logistical support to delivery. The lawyers from Amazon will probably visit us tomorrow. A spokesman from Amazon said it was investigating whether there was any non-compliance by the seller. We do not allow the listing of sales of products which are prohibited under law to be sold in India. The statement said the company would cooperate with authorities. U.S. company in India operates marketplace website where sellers can list their products, and Amazon also gives logistics and warehouse servicing to them. So it sounds like Amazon was allowing them to use the Prime service, which means that the sellers would send in the product to Amazon, they hold it at the warehouse, and then when you like buy something, it's Amazon Prime, like the 2-day shipping or whatever. That's because it's coming from an Amazon warehouse and the seller had sent it there. So they were holding the weed and then sending it out as people ordered it, next day delivery, all over India.
Dang. So you get your weed tomorrow. Like,
Yeah.
I need a
Right.
pound right now, and I need it fast Amazon Prime delivery.
They use Prime though, the best service.
Hey, it was cold as, I don't know, man. Hey, man. I don't know what to say, but it's cold because they like, I ain't got no weed on me. They're like, I'm gonna throw all my weed at Amazon and have them ship it out. That's some cold shit there, man. Woo.
That's
India,
smart.
man, shout out India on the intelligence of outsmarting the system. I mean, it's fucked up when you outsmart the system. That usually comes with consequences. That was some dope shit.
Yeah.
Don't you guys go try that at home. I wouldn't suggest it.
Highly entertaining to hear about, but yeah, don't try this at home, folks.
Don't try this at home. Anyway, what's the next article, Barry?
So speaking of that Republican lawmaker bill, which was filed, this was one that we had actually talked about before it came out. It was filed. It was that one that was leaked.
Yeah, when we started talking about it, it was like, oops, we weren't supposed to say that.
Yeah,
But
this
yeah,
one.
it's happening. You got that article up, Barry?
Yep, I sure do. Let me
Go.
go ahead and do. Alright, where you at? Here we go.
And it's
All right.
crazy. I know, like Kurt was saying yesterday, I mean, it's not a bad thing. Like, shout out to the Republicans, to our Republican friends out there that are actually fighting to legalize marijuana and do the right thing. And like he was saying, it's not a bad thing that the two different parties are fighting against which bill is the better bill. You know, that's what we want, right? We want them to be competing over creating the best legalization bill in the nation. And,
Yep.
at a
Somebody
federal
have
level,
on
this
a
is where we want
fan.
to see it happen. What's that?
Someone have on a fan or something. It's really loud.
Oh, a fan? I
It's,
don't.
it's something in the background that's like loud.
Oh, is that my heater? I don't think it's.
Oh, it stopped.
It stopped.
Oh, so like my heater. Wow, this
Oh.
microphone is crazy. Hold on, let me just turn down the thing because I think I just turned it up because I thought it was.
Like, it stopped.
Yeah.
Yep, it stopped.
What about now?
That's okay. A little bit.
That was a hustle and flow moment right there.
Turn off the fan.
I mean, it's
Hey,
still.
not a lot of people know about that, man. That was that thing.
It takes a minute to turn off, so you have
Right.
to bear with me here.
Yo, good morning, Jahan. Good morning, Taran, Facebook user. Good morning. We see you guys. But let's get into this article, Vari. What were you saying?
All right, so Republican lawmakers filed a bill to tax and regulate marijuana as the alternative to the Democratic proposal referring to the MORE Act. So several Republican members of Congress introduced a bill on Monday to federally legalize and tax marijuana as an alternative to pending far-reaching Democratic-led reform proposals and scale down GOP cannabis descheduling legislation. Rep. Nancy Mace, Republican out of South Carolina, is sponsoring the bill, titled the States Reform Act, along with a handful of initial Republican co-sponsors. It would end federal marijuana prohibition while taking specific steps to ensure the business is existing state markets can continue to operate unencumbered by the changing federal rules. Unlike the more modest measures previously championed by some of Mace's GOP colleagues, this legislation, an updated draft version of which was obtained by Marijuana Moment over the weekend, represents an attempt to bridge a partisan divide. It does that by incorporating certain equity provisions such as expungements for people with nonviolent cannabis convictions and imposing an excise tax, revenue from which would support community reinvestment, law enforcement, and small business administration activities. This bill supports veterans, law enforcement, farmers, businesses, those with serious illnesses, and it's good for criminal justice reform. The States Reform Act takes special care to keep Americans and their children safe while ending federal interference with state cannabis law, which was a quote from Mace. Washington needs to provide a framework which allows states to make their own decisions in cannabis moving forward, the Congresswoman said. This bill does that. Along with Mace, the bill is co-sponsored by Reps Tom McClintock, Don Young, Brian Mast, and Peter Major. Rep Ken Bucks. A name was listed on the earlier version of the bill Marijuana Moment reviewed, but he appeared to have removed himself prior to introduction because he was scared. We're getting a lot of great feedback from Republicans and Democrats on this bill. Mace said, "My main goal is to reach as much Republican support as I can initially, as we're hearing great feedback from both chambers, both sides of the aisles on this piece of legislation." Marijuana Moment first reported on an earlier draft version of the bill earlier this month, and it quickly became apparent that the industry stakeholders see an opportunity in the Republican-led effort. The reason for the response largely comes down from the fact that there's skepticism that the Democratic-led legislation bill will be able to pass without GOP buy-in. While Democrats hold majorities in both chambers, in addition to controlling the White House, the margin for passages are slim. A Democratic-led bill to end prohibition and promote equity did clear the House Judiciary Committee in September, and Senate leadership is preparing to file a separate legalization proposal after unveiling a draft version in July. Weldon Angelos, an advocate who's worked with Mace's office on the legislation, along with partners in Cannabis Freedom Alliance, the CFA, told Marijuana Moment that a main objective of the bill is to facilitate a bipartisan conversation about the legalization of what legalization should look like. And while there's more he'd like to see done, particularly in the way of social equity provisions, the advocate feels this is his strong starting point. The whole idea behind Cannabis Freedom Alliance wasn't to have Republicans steal this issue from Democrats. Just so we're clear, that's not the reason behind this bill. Angelos, who was pardoned by former President Donald Trump for a federal marijuana conviction. The people behind the scenes, like my organization, just want to make this a reality. We can't get there without this step, which is the bill that's been introduced by Congresswoman Nancy Mace. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it goes on, but we could drop that in the comments if you guys want to read more about this bill. It's kind of crazy to me, man, how your bill's not good enough. We're going to introduce our own. Like, why wouldn't they introduce it together? Like, it's just politics is crazy, man.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it just goes more into detail about the bill and what it would mean, and some more quotes talking about what the changes that the bill would make, and then talk about some differences between the MORE Act and why it may be better and how Joe Biden may support it, and then they actually give you the bill here if you want to go through and read the bill, if that's something that you're interested in doing. So I will drop that link in the comments for you guys if you would like to do that.
Look, it's
Going on and on and on.
Legalization is crazy. It definitely is. And then we don't got no weather today, but maybe we'll get a guest appearance from Dab and Dave. Shout out to everybody for joining us. Make sure you go on there and check out that link. Vari's going to drop it if you want more information on that bill that was introduced by the Republicans. And it's crazy to see that, there's support on both sides. But the issue is who introduced the bill and our bill is better. No, our bill is better. And like I said, it's good to have that debate, but I hope it doesn't turn into a debate where they're arguing back and forth about whose bill is better to the point that no bill actually gets passed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It
crazy.
just, like it's just a never-ending battle going back and forth.
Yeah, yep. We both think it should happen, but it should happen our way. No, it needs to be the way we said.
Yeah,
And,
how we said it's better.
Yeah, like I don't know, man.
Mm.
A 6 and a 9 look the same depending on. Well, I always say this analogy. Last time I said that, Mari said, "What did you say, Mari?"
Wait, say the
values are
analogy
different.
again.
Was that I said a 6 and a 9 look the same depending on what side you're looking at it from.
Oh yeah, but the values have different meaning.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. 9 is just 3 more. So
Yeah, we talking about 6 and a 9. You talking about 6 million versus 9 million. That's
like you want the
No.
9. But if you're
Yeah.
talking about 6 years in prison versus 9 years in prison, you're gonna go with that 6, right?
Yup.
Situations. Yeah, that's craziness. And then you had a second article for us, Vari.
Yeah, I mean,
I think we just threw that third one in there. And if we do have a second, I don't know, man. Maybe this isn't the spot to talk about this, but I have kind of been in a dilemma about the COVID-19 stuff, man.
yeah.
I know, man. It's a touchy subject, and people are always, kind of funny about it.
Right.
First we had the division between racists and, black-white division.
Right.
And now we've got the division between vaccinated and not vaccinated. I'm curious if you guys are open to talk about this morning, or if we should pick some other platform to talk about it on. But I think it's important to talk about because I did a post this morning.
Because it's so much that, and then what really got me is the child vaccination. I was like, oh,
I got mixed feelings on it. My son Delano went and got vaccinated. My nephew went and got vaccinated on his own, and that's the responsible thing to do. And, I feel like, I'm just, I don't know. My kids are still homeschooled. My kids are not getting vaccinated. I had COVID exactly 1 year ago. And I don't know. I was at a lot of events. It depends. The vaccination is for people that aren't able to fight off COVID-19 naturally.
right.
It's not going to stop you. I'm not a scientist, so I'm just going off knowledge and information that I've obtained, and then just common sense. It's kind of weird. Like, if you had the if you got the COVID-19, you got natural immunities, is what they're saying. You got natural immunities, but you should still get vaccinated for what? To prevent you from. Well, you're still going to get it again if you're going to get it. It's not, the vaccine doesn't stop you from getting it. It just lessens the symptoms. So if you do get it, you don't end up hospitalized. But if you didn't end up hospitalized the first time, and your body builds up immunities, you would probably be less likely to be hospitalized if you got it again than you were the first time, or to even have symptoms. But then the thing is if you're vaccinated, you could still get it, and you could still pass it to somebody that's not vaccinated. So you would think the vaccinated people are more of a threat to the non-vaccinated people than the other way around. I don't know. I'm just confused, and I'm curious about you guys' thoughts on this.
I don't know. How I understood how the vaccine works is it's not supposed to protect other people. So the vaccine isn't supposed to work to like keep you from spreading it. It's supposed to keep you from getting really sick if you get it, or keeping you from getting it. So you can get the vaccine, and then you can actually still become a carrier but not show any symptoms because your body is not, under attack, but you can still pass it on to other people. But then I'm pretty sure like mutations come from like when
Trying to manipulate it.
like natural mutations, like when you have like a virus or something, and then after a while it'll mutate when so many people get it, or like if there's like for like antibiotics, you can take a bunch of antibiotics, but if you don't kill off whatever it is, it actually becomes stronger, it'll mutate. So then you have to make sure you take all your antibiotics, otherwise you're gonna fuck your shit up, and then they won't work as effective the next time you take them. And so I'm not sure if it's the same thing with viruses, but like I'm assuming that that's like what the Delta shit is. But then again, you know, I'm not a professional, so don't, you know, take my words, you know, with a grain of salt. But
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel too. You know, I mean, you really, and then I try to do a lot of research, try to look into it. People are like, just take it. It's not going to hurt you. It's just, but nobody knows the long-term effects. Like, what's going to happen 5 years from now? What's that going
Is
to do to
it
your
gonna
body?
be
Is it
one
gonna
of
tear
them?
down- Is it going to make your immune system worse or weaker because it didn't actually use? Yeah,
Or is
it's
it
a
gonna
big
be
issue,
one of
man.
them commercials like, oh, if you got this shot, then you need to contact such and such and such and such. You don't know what's going on. It's like
Yeah,
you don't know anything.
and you can die from COVID-19. So my children's uncle got COVID-19. He recovered from it, but then he died after he recovered from it. But on the other hand, Alicia's mom, who is elderly, way elderly, and has other conditions, got COVID-19, not vaccinated, and she is fine. She's like, she sick for, you know, a few days, quarantined for a little while, and then she was back at it, you know. And so, I mean, I'm kind of confused. And I know I had COVID, and I know, you know, I was sick for, I don't know, 2 or 3 days, lost taste and smell, which was weird. But then after that, you know, I was back at it. And then the thing is I haven't got it again. And I've been in the community. Like, you guys know me. You guys know Vari. You guys know us. We've been in the community nonstop during the riots, during the protests, during everything. State fairs. I got a button from Ali that has that said the guy from the Mad Comics that says full state fair. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we were out there, but I mean, we're fine, you know. And it's not been a case where we've passed COVID on to anybody else. And then with all the events we do, we haven't had any reports of people catching COVID at our events, or even anybody that was at our event getting COVID.
Nope, I haven't heard anybody. And you know, I was at a lot of events last year.
Right. So, you know, for me, it's kind of confusing, you know, and I need somebody. I don't know who to trust because everybody got different thoughts. You know, the doctors, they want to keep stuff rolling because they're making money off of whatever they're doing. You know, the pharmaceutical companies want to make money. You got to think the companies that are making the vaccine, they're making like ridiculous amounts of money. Like, especially since opiates are going out of business. Come on, man. Everybody knows the door is open on opiates. It's not the way to go. And, you know, people are dying from it. But, you know, I don't know.
Well, I don't know, man. I heard that Pfizer was like making deals with countries like for the vaccine and like asking for like land from countries and shit like that. Like, oh yeah, you want this vaccine? Okay, yeah, we'll give you guys as much as you guys need, but we want like, I don't know, 1,500 acres in this area right here in your country. Or we want, you know, whatever it is that they need. We want to set up a shop over right here, a factory right here, or whatever. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's a trip when you think about it. It's like corporations are literally running the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they are dictating terms with like world governments for their.
And I see jobs are like now it's like being forced. You have to even get a shot just to get a job.
The day Normal decides that I have to be vaccinated to do my job will be the day that I quit. I'm just saying. It's, I don't know. John said it's a divide and conquer. You know, we got a lot of comments on the comments side. I'm sorry, you guys, we're talking and I'm not watching as well, but I think it's kind of it's a weird situation. It's a weird situation. And we had a conversation yesterday where, you know, I don't hide it. Like, yeah, I haven't been vaccinated. You know, I'm in good shape. Vaccines, those are for people that's bodies can't handle it. You know, it's not supposed to stop you from getting COVID. It's supposed to reduce the likelihood that you'll have to be in a hospital where the beds are overwhelmed and then they don't have space for people who actually need to be there, you know. And I've got mixed feelings and I'm curious about you guys' thoughts Um, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of discussion, a lot of people with facts and knowledge that are not professionals that I'm sure have done a lot of research on Google. And I don't know if that's a reliable source or not, but please feel free to drop those in the comment. Even after our live ends, please feel free to comment on this topic. I think it's important, for us to be as educated as we can be and see that, the vaccine does work, it does help, but it may or may not be for everybody. And then if there are people that are not vaccinated and they choose not to be vaccinated, I don't think they should be judged. Like, you go to a location where there's vaccinated people and a non-vaccinated person, the non-vaccinated person is required to wear a mask. Like, hold on a second, how does that work? Like, the people that are vaccinated are the ones that could possibly be the carriers. So everybody else should be, I don't know. I'm done gossiping. I think I spent enough time on this, man. But thank you guys for listening to me ramble about COVID-19, because it's an important topic that needs to be discussed. If I ever decide to get the vaccine, I will go live sometime after and tell you guys how it went. My son said it was fine. His arm was sore a little bit for a couple of days. So we missed the gym. But
I have a question for everybody about the vaccine. If it's supposed to be so quote unquote good for you, then why are nurses quitting their jobs rather than take the vaccine?
Exactly.
Well, maybe they just, they don't know. Some vaccines, I don't know. Some things take years and years and years to figure out. And it's kind of hard for me to believe that they figured it out in a couple months and now we've got a cure for everything, when there's tons of stuff that they haven't figured out in like centuries, So,
yeah.
Well, yeah, it's craziness.
They all like all of a sudden like, oh, we got it.
And I'm not sure if you believe in God or if you believe in a higher power or something, but I feel like this machine was designed well. And it's supposed to, do that for you. It's supposed to, like, there's a code in your body that's automatically, when it sees something that's not supposed to be there, it builds a defense and it fights it naturally, unless you have a weakened immune system. So if you have a weakened immune system, definitely get the COVID-19 shot. If you don't care what happens about the zombie apocalypse, definitely get a vaccine shot. No, I'm kidding. You're not going to turn into a zombie. That's misinformation. And I'm just going to put it out there. We're just cracking jokes. But it is a serious issue, and I'm seriously curious about this. So, yeah.
I don't know. I think it's good. I like to consider myself somebody who's open to, opinions and shit. So, like, if somebody can lay out, like, a good solid case for something, I'll be like, okay, yeah, I'm open to changing my opinions on stuff that I really don't have a lot of knowledge about. So, but the thing is like, there's so much stuff out there on both sides. There's professionals on both sides. There's facts on both sides. And so, I don't know.
Well, I actually did watch a video last night, and Alicia was showing it to me, and, she's Native, and they don't believe in get anything from the government. They sent them blankets back in the days that killed off half of their. Anyway, It's like, yeah. Anyway, but it's strange that there was a video and he was reading the quote from the CDC, and they're not actually tracking any data on people that have been infected with COVID-19, but then have been reinfected or spread it to anyone else after that infection. So they have no idea. So I think that would be some important information to track, like how many people have got it, recovered, and have not gotten a vaccine, and how are they doing? Are they spreading it? Is it mutating? I think if you're dealing with something that's so detailed, that's so important, that you would want to track everything. You don't want to just track vaccinated, not unvaccinated. You want to track the people that, from every aspect. So
somebody asked a real good question. John Smith, he was like, why after you have had COVID-19 and you donate blood for your antibodies, if you get the vaccine, you can't donate anymore?
Wow. That's interesting. I don't know if that's a fact. Like I said, I'm not a
I
professional, but if it
heard
is,
like your DNA changes after the shot.
Whoa.
so if you've had so if you've had COVID-19 and recovered, you can donate blood still. But if you've had the vaccine, you can't donate blood. Well, you can still donate blood, right? If you have the vaccine, come on, I'm sure plenty
He
of people
said
have.
you can't. He said you can't after you get it, I guess.
Mm.
That's a good question. We should look that up.
Is there music playing? Is that you, Var? You playing that music?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder.
Is that the hip hop mix?
No, I bought some tracks and put them together in a little playlist and shit.
Yeah, I was listening. All of a sudden, like this, I'm like, oh, music playing.
But yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. I'm wondering if it's because like it stays in your system for so long, and then it has interactions with like it's had interactions with different people, and so they don't want to use like tainted blood. I don't know. That would be my logical brain guessing, but my my conspiracy brain says that it is definitely because the nanites in there are changing your DNA, and they can't use it with regular people because it's only hardwired to your DNA. Once it's in your system, it's like encodes it, and then in 10 years you're gonna become a zombie, like a robot zombie. It's gonna be
robot
crazy.
Zombie. Oh,
Yeah.
That's
robot.
gonna be
You're talking
cool.
about it'll change your shape.
Man.
Nanotechnology, like Iron Man. Yeah, I don't know. It's good to crack jokes and it's good to talk about serious shit, man. But I'm just talking. I just wanted to bring this up today because I felt like,
it's important.
I felt bad that I don't have a vaccine, but at the same time, I felt like getting the vaccine is the responsible thing to do. But then at the same time, I don't take any drugs, any pills. When I was younger, they put me on all kind of stuff. What kind of stuff? I don't even remember, the Adderalls and all kind of crazy shit. And I feel like that messed the chemistry of my body up so much
your
that,
chemical balance up in your
brain,
body.
everything.
Yeah.
So, I am a little, cautious about anything that's not natural from the earth. Like I like my weed crumbled up. I do sell vapes. And I'm kind of on the borderline of that. My CBD vapes, they're pretty tasty. They work. Shout out Jenny. But, honestly, I'm on the borderline on if that's a product that I actually want to continue to carry, because I know it's not good for your lungs, especially with COVID and stuff. And he's like, oh, it's great. It's great.
These are the best ones that I've had
edibles and
so
lotions
far.
and oils and salves and stuff that, that treat your body right. But yeah, great debate, man. What time is it? Oh, we went way over our time today, but I think we had a good discussion. Is Dab and Dave here?
Oh yeah, he was. I just saw him.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see where we at. Dab and Dave. Yo, Dave.
Hey, Dave. Back to you,
He
Dave.
was back down that hallway. Somebody go something.
I just imagine him like running real fast past doorways like Chucky. Like.
Oh no, he probably. Hey, but he can't run fast though because he did have a couple of surgeries, man. Shout out to Dave, man. Blessings on your surgeries and stuff and his speedy recovery.
Yes, speedy.
But I could definitely see him doing the whole. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let's see. Where are we at? We are looking at this tab right here, I believe. Nope. Is that the right tab?
Nope. It says private window.
Okay. Nope.
It sounds windy in the metro area.
All right. Let's try this again because I think I got it this time. We're gonna we're gonna hit this. Okay. Here we go. Yeah.
Okay. Hold on a second.
Yo, what's up? It's me, Dab and Dave, in the house. All right, today's weather is brought to you by windy.com. You can go check out the weather over there. They got satellites and radars and all sorts of cool things. Windy.com. That's Wendy.com, like, Wendy. Anyways, so today we're looking at right now current temperatures are around the 40s in the cities area. If you're looking at St. Paul, Minneapolis, about 40 degrees, 43 right now. Looking further north, it's a little bit colder. You're looking in the mid 30s. So as we look into further today, we're going to keep it going here, and we're going to look into this afternoon. It looks like we got some cold stuff coming in here. Let's just take a look and see what this is. Ooh, is that snow? I don't know. Let me see if I can get over here to the... okay, so we're looking at a little bit of snow today. Oh, okay. In centimeters. Coming from the north, it looks like Bemidji, Hibbing, Park Rapids area are going to get hit. And then, that's the next 3 days. Okay. Oh, okay. So yeah, just Bemidji, a little bit of light snow today, further north. As we look at the cloud coverage, it looks like it's going to be cloudy, through the afternoon, through the evening. It's going to get a little more cloudy, especially down the cities area here. Brainerd and St. Cloud, Bemidji, you guys are going to see a lot of cloud coverage. Temperatures are going to be, they're going to be about the same. They're going to warm up a little bit. So we're looking at about 46 in the cities area. We're looking at about 37, in the 30s in the upper northern Minnesota area. And as we go into tomorrow morning, it's going to be a little chilly. As we hit 6 a.m., we're looking at temperatures of around 40 in St. Paul and around 35 in St. Cloud. Further north, you guys are expected to be a little bit chilly and see a little bit of snow coverages there as well. So tune in tomorrow for your next day's forecast from Dab and Dave. Dab. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate you, bro.
Thanks, Dave. Man, that was great, man. Hey, I want to give a shout out to 1186 Water. If you want pumped up biceps, I got my dumbbell here. I'm doing drink 1186 water, and you can be buff. Just like, look at that. You can be buff like me. 1186 water. Make sure you get you some. Anyway.
Yeah.
With that, Vari, you got some words of wisdom, man.
Yeah,
Let's get up out of here.
Legitimately tasty water, I would say.
It's great. It's great.
All right.
You're not paying me.
Check the muscles.
Yeah.
But it works. Drink this for 1 week, and you'll be physically fit.
And then, like, as you drink it, just imagine it hydrating your entire body, like flowing through your muscles, and it'll be like
all the way to your fingertips.
Yep.
You feel it in your, like I can feel it under my fingernails. Anyway,
yeah, that magic. Yep.
That's not a fact, you guys. Sorry, but it is great water.
All right, so we had a great conversation today. So I got this quote: knowledge is having the right answer. Intelligence is asking the right questions. And often, in order to gain knowledge, you have to use your intelligence and ask the right questions. So I think we had a great conversation today, and take that into the rest of your life as you move forward, because I think it's important to ask the right questions, especially when things don't necessarily add up.
Right.
I think common sense is real for like most people, but common sense is common or unique to each person, I guess. But
weed is good. What's the devil? All right, you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're out of here.
Peace.